How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to do a shoe review. I know it's different than the usual reviews I've done for you so far, but this is actually one of the ones that I promised a while back that I do. Finally was able to blow out my shoes completely. You can do a shoe review of skated Slant. Since S is going out of business, I decided to go up and pick up a couple pairs because S is one of my favorite companies that I've ever worn. Aside from anything from Soltech as well, Etnies in America. Love the shoes, love the feel, so I was going to do a review of how these things skated. Well, if any of you guys ever tried out the original SXLs, the Slant is kind of a combination of that style with the Accelerate look. It's got a really nice tongue to it. It's a little bit bigger than usual tongues that I have on my other shoes, but then again, that's like the least concerning thing about it for me. Really good padded so that way wouldn't get any snake bites laced in the front. Snake bite for some of you new skaters means the board comes up and tries to give you a shinner, but it comes down really, really low right at the ankles. Depending on how people chip their board, for some people they call it a snake bite because it might look like a snake bite. This is a cup sole shoe as well, and the sole actually finally wore down. I'm actually holding it level, and you can actually see the bottom of the other side of the sole right here. So I wore it down on the left side, mostly in comparison. And it actually held up really good. It's only got really thin right where, you know, the main pressure point is. Otherwise, it's still got traction and grip everywhere. It's small or it's thinner than a Volk right now, so this is either going to be the very last day I skate with it, or I'm just going to wear a different pair of shoes from now on. But the sides held up really, really good. They actually were no blowouts on any of the sides. The toe piece, I can't tray flip to save my life. So you can actually see it only just started wearing down a little bit. It's mostly from cab flips, and it actually took a while for this part to actually break because it's all triple stitching. Then you have the ollie panel right here, which again is triple stitched, and that actually wore down really, really slowly. Not just from the lack of doing kickflips and stuff like that, but I was definitely doing a lot more ollies than anything else with these shoes. The footage that I've collected so far has proven I just was going for height on most of the tricks rather than doing a ton of flip tricks. But the triple stitching is definitely what saved it. It's triple stitched with 3 different layers. You have the top layer right here, and then you have the bottom layer just below it where it kind of meets into where this black area. Everything black on here except for the S sign is all Sharpie. But yeah, the black area right here is the second layer, and then you got the third one, which is your canvas, where the S sign is located. I highly recommend these to anybody that wants a really good skate shoe, especially for a really good price. These ones are only $50, but they're supposed to be a basic team model, but to me, they are one of the most perfect shoes. I love the look of them. I love a very basic looking shoe, but at the same time, it has a bulky style to it. That's definitely the way to go for me. But as far as skating, I love these shoes. Being a cup sole, they do take a little bit of time to break in, but I was able to feel out the board really well on the very first day. And again, it's a cup sole, and for me, that's a make or break on shoes. I need to skate cup soles because it offers foot protection that no vulcanized shoe will be able to match up to. Vulcanized shoes are really good for like that day skating, but seeing as they're so thin, they are going to wear down incredibly quick. And you can make any cup sole shoe into a Volk. You just got to skate the hell out of it. For example, you need to get to about this point where with barely any finger pressure, I'm pushing down on the sole, whereas you go to any other spot and it's not doing anything. Still solid. But again, I highly recommend these slants. You can find them. Well, I got mine at Zoomies. It's where I work. But you can go to the S website and still order these. And I mean, they got different colors if that's a big importance for you. But otherwise, just for skate performance and great quality of shoe. I highly recommend these. Even my switch foot was getting worked in really good, and it actually didn't wear down fast at all. It's still quite intact in comparison. And to be fair, that I was actually skating these shoes when my foot was wrecked, so I wasn't actually doing a lot of switch tricks, but I was doing, I was still doing some. You can tell the black line right here is gone. But again, after about 2 weeks, this is actually how the shoe looks. Versus these shoes are about maybe a month old, month and a half old, something like that. And after 2 weeks, this is how my left shoe looked. It was barely even skated at all. It took a lot to actually start blowing it out. But again, I highly recommend these shoes. They are among the top of the best shoes that I've ever skated, and I've skated almost every single brand. Aside from the Art 01s that Etnies made, these would be the favorite. If I could skate these for the rest of my life, I would be so stoked. But unfortunately, S is going hiatus after 2012 in the spring. So long live S. But yeah, definitely get yourself a pair of these. You guys are gonna really, really like them, especially if you like jumping down big stuff. If you like doing stairs. If you like doing anything with high impact, cup soles, not just the slants, but just cup soles in general, are going to be what saves your ankles and saves your heels. That way you can go and skate, not just that day, but every day after that too. If you guys have any questions on that, I know there wasn't a ton that I covered, just kind of went over durability and quality of the shoe. But if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below, or you can message me on this channel or on Facebook. Otherwise, have fun skating, guys.